So there is a matchup of 6-3 teams in the AFC this week. The Tennessee Titans take on the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams are 6-3. I'm staring at you. I'm looking right at the camera. Both teams are struggling as of late, and honestly, I'm just unsure if either of these teams are like good. They're both good. They'll make the playoffs, but are they Super Bowl caliber good? Can they beat the Chiefs good? I know last week or recently I made a video on the Tennessee Titans after they played the Colts, and I got some comments. Oh, we had the Chiefs on the ropes, or we beat them in the regular season. I'm saying playoffs, when it matters, big time game. Can either of these teams potentially knock off the Chiefs? And I'm not really sure at this point. The Titans are 1-3 in their last 4. They're losing, so they're not looking very good. The Baltimore Ravens are 1-2. They've had a tough stretch. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Steelers. They beat the Colts, who is a team that the Titans lost to last week. So I imagine both of these teams, it's going to be a very ground-oriented game. Obviously, you have the Tennessee Titans. They have the man beast that is Derrick Henry. He is just an absolute freak. Good option to hand him the ball. Other side, you have the Ravens. You got Dobbins. You have maybe the ultimate weapon. He plays quarterback for you. His name's Lamar Jackson. You have Mark Ingram, who's back for them. They actually just activated Des Bryant again off the practice squad, so this will be the second game he suited up for. The first time he played, I'm not even sure if he got on the field, but he's a good story. Obviously, he's 32 years old, torn Achilles, hasn't played in like 3 years. I don't think he's going to provide anything for you, but maybe. He's going to be a red zone target at the very least because he's a big boy. I don't know. I imagine this game's going to come down to which quarterback can throw the ball better. On the surface, you imagine that will be Ryan Tannehill, because Ryan Tannehill is the better thrower of the football right now in this current time. But Lamar, some days he's just off. Other days he looks like he knows how to throw the ball consistently. If this turns out to be one of those games where Lamar's on and he's throwing it consistently, they're going to win. They're going to win. And the Titans, I don't think, have a shot. If Lamar's off, they could still win because they can run the ball 50 times with Dobbins and Ingram and Lamar, and they could beat you that way. Whereas Derrick Henry's not going to get 50 carries. They're not going to run it 50 times. They might run it 30 with Derrick Henry, but it all comes down to how the quarterbacks are throwing. And I think for the Titans, the big thing is Ryan Tannehill. If I'm them, I'm letting Ryan Tannehill take some shots early, even though Baltimore has a good defense. I am letting them take some shots down the field to A.J. Brown. He's a difference maker. He's back. Let him eat. Let the guy eat. Take some shots. Take some challenges. Ryan Tannehill, actually, before the Colts game, he was, I think, they said this on air, that he had the best distance, traveled in the air passing. His attempts, he had the most air yards per attempt in the NFL. So, understand you're playing a good Ravens team. Take some shots early. Take some shots to A.J. Brown. Take some shots to Corey Davis. Take some shots to Jonnu Smith. Try to blow the top off that defense early. Let Ryan Tannehill throw the ball a little bit. If you do that, Tennessee, you will win the game. Mike Vrabel, if you do that, I think you will win this game. You will get back on track. Because your season's going down the toilet real quick here. 1-3 the last. You need to right the ship. This would be a great time to do it. People are starting to write you off if you're the Tennessee Titans. Change their mind. This is a good game. Both ways. Good. People are starting to write the Baltimore Ravens off because they haven't looked good the last 3 weeks. So this would be a good one. You get a win over the Tennessee Titans, okay, you're right back in the mix. If you're the Tennessee Titans, you get a win over the Baltimore Ravens, okay, you're right back in the mix. That being said, I think Lamar's going to be on. I think the Ravens are going to do it. I think the Titans are going to end up falling to 6-4 and looking around like, okay, how do we fix this? Because we're 1-4 in our last 5, and we're probably still going to make the playoffs because of the extra wild card team, so we need to get this shit straight, and we need to get back on it. Ravens win this game tomorrow, I think. But who knows?